This could not be coming together in a more perfect way right now. We've seen some very good signs across the market. We're obviously seeing green today. That's a great sign so far. And hopefully this is something that continues as the day progresses. But I stumbled across something that I don't think anybody else noticed. And this is going to get people very excited because we right now may in fact be forming an altcoin triple bottom. Historically, this has led us on some nice rallies in the market. And with how the setup is playing out perfectly, could this be where we start our next big boom in the space? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. It's been growing like crazy and it's all because of you guys. Now, again, green to start the day, green to start the week. That's exactly what we want to see. And when we're looking at total three, all assets outside of BTC and Ethereum, you guys can see a very distinct pivot taking place here as well. Daily stochastic RSI has in fact crossed bullish. We've had 2 straight green days. We're fighting these moving averages. This is a great spot to be in. This is all while, like we were talking about in my my earlier ADA video, that BTC is continuing to follow this global liquidity, right? This was the dip. This was showing that this is the moment where we might be loading up for this next extension in the markets. Now, we obviously know that institutional money has been a big driver of BTC price as of late, and altcoins have been lagging versus BTC. It's the big reason why we haven't seen this big altcoin explosion, this big traditional alt season where we see adoption take place. In fact, I've seen some people get bearish and say, oh, it's just not going to happen. We got to wait until after the next halving and blah, 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 blah. And what they're doing is they're manipulating people into thinking that's the case. But from a technical standpoint, it's showing we may be on the verge of a nice big boom in the market as a whole, but especially for altcoins. So when I took the time to look at the total 3 versus the total market cap of crypto, what we are actually doing right now is forming an altcoin triple bottom. All right, our 3 points of reference here are back on the week of June 17th, back here in basically second week in November of 2024. And now we're at those same ranges, the same ranges where we've historically had some great bounces for altcoins. Now, what is even more significant about this, I would say, is if we look at that weekly stochastic RSI, we had flatlined for several weeks here because of the red that we were seeing. And now we're starting a green week. We have actually flipped bullish on the weekly stochastic RSI. Now, the last several times we have had these bullish flips, take a look at what happened. This was actually in basically, oh gosh, what was that? First week of March. We obviously know we had a good rally around the crypto market. Again, early November, first week in November, had a nice rally from there. But the last time we were really way down here and flatlined was back in June of 2024. And you guys can see that this led on a nice rally in the back half of the year, which kind of gave us our run up in terms of altcoins, that slow, steady step building like we've talked about in some other videos. So are we now on the verge of seeing this nice extension versus the total market cap of crypto? Are altcoins about to go on some significant pumps versus BTC? That's the big question. And really what it comes down to is sentiment. Do we have enough positive sentiment in the market? Now, what I will say is, yes, last week sucked. We were off to a great start, a great note. And unfortunately, the news in kind of the mid to back half of the week, it sucked. It kind of killed everything we had. However, take a look at what we did here. We actually set a little bit higher of a low in terms of the total 3. So you're seeing that conviction really start to come into play here. And the shakeouts, although they're having some effect, they're having less effect on the crypto market. Because now you're trying to basically unconvict people that are convicted in their holdings. And that's a very difficult thing to do because people have, in fact, taken so much time to accumulate and prepare their bags and just take advantage of all these opportunities. And now they're unwilling to let that opportunity go. So the thing that you're going to see here is that it's very hard to manipulate the manipulatable. Is that a word? I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at in the market. So the negative news may have less sting. They're running out of things to basically impact the market here. And now we're at this technical standpoint where we're seeing huge amounts of capital enter the market. Institutional money is buying like crazy. So the cat's kind of out of the bag. And all this money is essentially prepared for buying. And it's a question of, do we get enough of a push to start hitting altcoins once again to cause this USDT dominance to see that drop off and that breach like we were talking about? It's testing it once again right now. And again, like I talked about in my earlier ADA video, I wouldn't be surprised if the first half of the week is buying. And then it's a question of the back half once again. But I thought this was very interesting. I thought this was worth showing you guys. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think this is our altcoin triple bottom? Is this where we have another nice extended rally in the market where altcoins are outpacing BTC? So I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.